You're listening to Braless Watch, where a mother and daughter team offer their own opinions on watching TV through a feminist lens.
I'm Beth, the mom.
And I'm Lily, the daughter.
Welcome to Braless Watch, where TV watching gets a whole new perspective. Clothing is optional. Hi.
Hi.
Things going well for you today?
I think so.
Yeah, it's an okay day.
Yeah. Not great. Not bad.
We're mucking through.
We're just surviving. I am interested to talk about this episode with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it'll be a fun discussion. I think so.
There's some generational stuff.
You think? So today we're talking about One Day at a Time, because this is a Munchie, so we're focused on Season 2, Episode 4. It's an episode called Roots.
And I want to clarify, this is the One Day at a Time that is the newer version.
Yes, not the 70s.
With the Cuban family.
Yes.
Not the 70s.
Not
with
the 70s.
The white family.
No.
Yeah. So
One Day at a Time, Netflix original, Norman Lear.
Right.
Did Norman Lear do the 70s one too?
Probably. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to look that up while we're talking.
Okay. It starts out kind of cute, right?
Right.
With the movie theater.
Of course.
Line of.
Yes, because the movie theater plot, it's B-plot. It's the B-plot. They start with the B-plot.
Yeah, the B-plot.
It was a Norman Lear one, the One Day at a Time from the 70s. Anyway, so yeah, you have the B-plot, which is the movie theater with Penelope and Alex. And then you have Elena and Lydia with the whole voting thing. And then Schneider's just there.
Boy, do I have comments about Schneider.
There's always comments about Schneider.
But this episode in particular, this episode in particular was a good representation of how feminists, dare I say, womankind as a whole, see cishet white men.
Right.
What do I mean by that? Cisgender, heterosexual, white men.
Right. Which is exactly what Schneider is.
It's exactly what he is.
Schneider,
clueless.
Schneider is a good guy. I will say that. He's just clueless to the world at large because he's been raised in a world that's super rich. He as he says, "Oh, I'm so rich I don't need to pay taxes."
Exactly.
Penelope's face when he says that as he's walking out of the room.
Cishet white men have what I call social lubricants or they have social lubricant. There we go. They have social lubricant.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is they can slide through society.
Yeah.
Rules might apply. They might even adhere to them. Maybe. They don't really have to.
Right.
They also don't have to work as hard. They don't have a lot of rules they have to follow or try to, they just don't need any of that. It's not necessary for them to.
This is why he's a good foil to the family, especially Penelope.
Right.
Because Penelope's a single mom, raising 2 kids, taking care of her mother. And Schneider is just the landlord.
Well, and she's a single mom of color.
She is.
So that adds a layer of
Cuban.
Complication. Yeah.
Right.
Proudly Cuban.
Cumin, like the spice?
Sure.
Sorry, I had to. It was there. No, Cuban.
English language. There we go. Yes, Cuban. Anyway, so this is a family of color that has a landlord that is cishet white guy. So he can play video games on the couch. He can step out of voting. He can, because it's all going to be okay for him.
Right.
So why participate? Why bother wasting my time doing that when I don't have to?
Right.
So there's his attitude about it.
Until Elena points out, you can get sent back to Canada. That sends him over the edge. He doesn't want to go back to Canada.
Right. For whatever his reasons are.
It's so cold.
Oh, that's the line. Okay.
He said it's just so cold.
When, you butt that up against Lydia's experience.
Right.
Coming out of a dictatorship and a communist country and trying to get away from the atrocities. It's night and day, right?
It is.
He left of his own accord because he thought that, things might be better in the U.S. or whatever. Maybe he had better.
There's a whole story behind it. It involves his dad.
I was going to say, maybe he has better prospects there as far as financial prospects and things like that. But she left because the idea is that she has a better chance at a better life for the longevity of her life.
Right. And you don't find this out in this episode, but she was part of Pedro Pan, which involved moving kids from Cuba to America during the dictatorship.
Wow.
Yeah. So you find out all about her story and her, because she's not the oldest, but she was the oldest of the kids who went of her family.
Wow. So it doesn't get discussed in this particular episode because what they talk about is the ability to vote, right? The right to vote.
Right. And we wanted to talk about it because today in America is Women's Equality Day.
Yes.
Which is celebrating the day that the 19th Amendment went through and women got the right to vote in the U.S. in 1920.
Finally.
Which is only 100 years ago, which seems like so long ago, but it's also not that long ago.
It's not that long ago, no. And to celebrate and recognize the struggle suffragettes did to fight for the right to vote, right? And all the women that came before that, all the underground secrecy of, I'm on your side, but I have to, abide by my husband or whatever. Because, women may have gotten the right to vote, but we didn't get the right to autonomy until the 1970s.
Yeah, until much later. Autonomy started to come after that, yeah.
We were still bound to heterosexual binding to men and women. Yeah, societal structures and constructs. So, fuck the social constructs. I'm just going to say.
I mean, yeah. Nowadays, you have that choice to say that. Back then, you couldn't really say that. You could, but it would make you an outcast in society.
Yeah. So I think it's apropos for us to not only highlight immigration issues, but also highlight the ability as women, those of us with uteruses, have the right to vote. Mm-hmm. It's important because we take up 51% of the U.S. in the voting percentages. That's a huge amount of power that we don't harness.
Which is what Elena was getting at, was that you need to be voting in the local elections just as much as the big national ones where you're voting for the presidency.
Right. And even the mom, can't remember the mom's
name.
Penelope, thank you. Penelope said something about, I vote every 4 years. And she was in the military.
She was.
And still didn't have an idea of how powerful local elections and state elections, even county elections in between there. So it's local, county, and then you have your state, and then you have your federal.
Yeah, and sometimes they overlap. Sometimes they overlap and you do them both at the same time, or one of them at the same time. But sometimes it's 1 week one, and then the other week you go for the next one.
So,
which is really annoying.
This brings me to the point of being an informed voter, right?
Right, which is what Elena tried to do with
She did,
Lydia.
And I know it was for... Okay, I don't want to scare anybody, because what they did was, on the TV, they had this big stack of paper that Elena had been pouring over all the backgrounds of the props and things that she wanted
deep detail, which is really because she's so excited, because she's a social justice kind of person, but she also she can't do anything about it right now because she's only 16.
The only thing she can do is educate the people who can vote.
Exactly, which is why she got whole point. Really excited and got this huge binder worth of stuff.
Right. It doesn't please do not take that as your prep for going to vote. You don't have to do that.
Right.
It literally is go to your local voting or whatever, vote.org or whatever it is, right? And look up your ballot. Your
then
city,
look up the candients and the propositions.
Your city should have a link pathway to finding out your ballot and all that stuff. And there's all kinds of ways to get involved in voting specifically.
One caveat I would like to say is please don't ask AI who should I vote for.
Oh my God.
Please
don't danger do that we're having to fight against, right?
That AI is always biased. Always.
And what is it biased to? The Schneiders of the world.
Yes. Because they're the ones who control it and contain it.
Right.
Don't ask AI that, please. Just do the research yourself. You can use AI to get started.
Right.
Sure.
One thing that I like to do, because we do have social media at our as access to, right, these days. One thing I like to do to look at the people that are on the ballot. Who am I voting for? I look and see if they have a website of their own, because this is what I would do if I was running. So I would.
Many of them do.
Many of them do, and if they give a comprehensive outline of what they feel is their priorities.
Right.
All the better. The other way you can look up people is through their socials. So look online to see where they are, because there's so many different kinds of socials these days, social media platforms, that you can go in there and read whether or not they interact with people on their social media page. Mm-hmm. If they're talking back, that's a plus in my book. Hell, I mean, you're talking to your constituents. That's rare. Whether or not, what what their opinions on certain issues and things like that, or do they align with what you're going for? So yeah, it literally takes, I don't know, 15 minutes to go through the whole ballot, Google your shit, and
depends on how long the ballot is. Sometimes
it does depend on how long the ballot is. Now,
some ballots are really long, so sometimes it can be an hour to 2 hours, depending.
We live in a state that is
oppressive.
Yes, that's a good word for it. We live in a state that's oppressive, and so here they make every which way to do what Elena had said, about a certain ballot measure
about
that, or
support the teachers.
Yeah, when it said stand for teachers, this is what our state does to the one we live in right now.
Right.
It's what they do. They reconfigure the language so that it not only is it confusing,
right?
It's doesn't come out with any kind of logic, and you're sitting there going, what did they actually vote? What are you voting for?
Right, which is what Elena was talking about, how it's not actually standing for teachers or supporting teachers in any way. It's actually getting them fired.
Right, and putting them replaced with lower income or lower pay
non-union
teachers that they can control.
Yeah.
Frankly, because
not just control, that they could fire whenever they want.
I'm a union person. I'm all for unions.
Yeah, of course we are. This whole podcast is pro-union. Sorry.
Power to the people. Power to the 51%. So we live in a state that does that. We also live in a state that likes to circumvent previous rules or legislation or anything like that,
and things change really quickly.
They do change really, really quickly. And it can, I'm kind of with Lydia on this, in that it feels like the vote doesn't count.
There are times where it does feel like that. But as we found out in the 2000 election in the US, your vote fucking matters.
Yes, it does.
I mean, if you don't know about the 2000 election, that was Bush and Al Gore. I'll let you look that up past that. Your vote does matter. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like that, especially in recent times, but it does.
Yes.
Because it will affect who is in office.
Yes. And when we have the people in office, we want those people to represent how we feel and align with certain issues.
Yes.
So part of this is we need to find out, you need to do your work on, as a voter, to be informed, to make sure that these people align with you, to be an informed voter.
Right.
There is work you have to do. And I understand, trust me, being a single parent and going through these hardships of making sure you have electricity for your home or your dwelling, making sure that you have food on the table, making sure that your plumbing is intact. All of that stuff
take priority.
They do take priority. I have to implore with you to take the 15 minutes while you're scarfing a meal to Google some of the people, not even the whole ballot, just some of the people,
right,
to exercise your vote, and then take the extra time to try to get to a voting or polling place to vote, to actually do the voting.
Vote early. You won't have to wait in many lines if you vote early.
Yes. And
that's my suggestion, is always vote early. Take a lunch hour, take a lunch break, get off work early, whatever you need to do.
Well, and I know that there are some struggles with that too, because I understand that there are jobs where there is very little time for breaks.
I totally get it.
That really doesn't come into play because we live in a freaking oligarchic kind of place.
Of course.
And it's all about the human body, being taxed into oblivion, and both physically and financially.
But even actual voting takes about 15 minutes max.
It does.
Normally.
Yeah. So
on voting day, it is much longer.
Yeah. The other thing I can offer to anyone who's listening is that if you do find it that you struggle with voting, because some of our people are neurodivergent like we are, right. I have to take these in steps. So I take it in smaller bites. So if the ballot is very big, then I will do a little bit at a time. So I'll take 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, or whatever, and finally get through the whole ballot and then go and vote. But I have to plan for those things. I have to make sure that I'm informed before early voting even comes. So it literally is taking the time to do your civic duty to be a citizen here, to have the right to vote.
Yeah,
it's one of the last rights we still have.
I will say that the current administration is looking at current administration as well as the administration in the show that they were talking about, because
it's the same administration.
It's the same administration. They are looking to remove that. That is something that they were looking into, is removal of women's right to vote.
Yes, it's very much still a danger.
It is very much so. Now, it's an extremist danger, but it is a danger that we still need to look into and deal with.
Well, and I don't think that I don't remember getting the lecture of this is how you be a good citizen or a good steward of citizenship here in the U.S. I didn't get that conversation from my parents. So I'm guessing thousands or millions of other people didn't get that either. So
no,
can I ask this question? I was going to say, how did you get to where you're an informed voter?
When I was in high school, we had a civics class, but it wasn't that great. It was all right. But when I was in high school, the orange monster got into office for the first time. And politics really took over everyone's life. So I've just always been informed since then, really.
I got really excited.
There was a lot of fear and worry around the school.
I got really excited when Obama came onto the scene.
See, I was too young at that point.
Yes, you were too young.
I grew up in those years. So that all seemed fine. And then all hell broke loose.
Yeah. So I'm also very baby at being an informed voter because it was not instilled in me as part of the civic duty. Other things that weren't taught to me was how to pay your taxes, which is also a civic duty. I taught myself how to do these things to stay up to get to that. What is that even for? Where does my money even go? Why am I paying a federal government when I'm working so hard? Like, all these questions go through your mind, and you kind of weigh whether or not that's worth it to you.
Right. This is where our education system is failing in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very much
so. Yeah. So we're going to use this platform to reach our 2 people that listen to us.
Hopefully we get more. I mean, start sharing this with your friends, people.
It's just a joke. I don't know who I'm talking to, but
we don't know how many people are listening to us.
It could be 200. I don't know.
It could be. I don't think so.
But if you're in the U.S. and you don't know these things about civics and government, there are so many places. Hell, there used to be an after-school special about the Bill of Rights. You can look that up. YouTube is a great place to find out, how does the federal government work? How does the state government work? Because I found out yesterday through a training I was on that there are 2 states that there's bicameral and there's unicameral. Don't get me to explain those words. But basically 48 states have 2 bodies that are part of their state government.
2 states.
There are 2 states that don't have that. They only have 1 body. So, one state could have a Senate and a House when these other 2 states only have the 1 body, which I don't remember what they call that body,
gotcha. I understand what you mean now. The states have because the states here in the U.S., just for the international people, here in the U.S., each state has its own House and Senate normally.
Yes, it's a repeat of the federal government.
So you can have a state House, state Senate, but also you have the federal state House, or federal House and federal Senate.
Yes.
Those are 2 different things.
We actually had, there was somebody I was having a conversation. Oh, yeah. It was family members. I was having a conversation about the Supreme Court. So when you say the Supreme Court, most people think the U.S. Supreme Court.
The federal one, yeah.
The federal one. But each state has its own Supreme Court. So if you say a state Supreme Court, you ask which state is that in, because the state has its own Supreme Court.
That's our judicial system. Super
Yay.
fun. Yeah.
Did we just bore you to death? Did you fall out of your seat?
Are you bored yet? We can go back to talking about the show.
So, yeah. And then, so I wanted to make a point. So going back to the show, I wanted to make a point to talk about Lydia's experience.
Mm-hmm.
She, is an older woman. And what I think she said, Penelope said she's lived in the U.S. since she was a little child. So 60 years, I think she said 60 years.
She said 60 years, so she's in her 70s. She moved here when she was like
This is the 80s. Thing, is that it doesn't matter how old you are. You still long for the things that you didn't get when you were a kid.
Right.
There's some part of you that misses that, right? And unless you were just fully doted on. But I can pretty much guarantee you what 99% of us that are older are like, we didn't get XYZ, so now I want that thing.
Right.
And
your childhood joy.
Right. The one thing that Lydia is holding on to is the idea, the concept that she would be able to return home.
Well, and take her family back home with her.
Right. Take her family back home, reestablish the homestead in Cuba, in the home that I think she said she still had keys for or something.
She still had the deed.
The deed, that's what it was. Yeah, the deed to it.
Her father gave her the deed before she left.
She's holding on to these ideas, and 60 years has gone by.
Yeah.
And so we can infer from the statement that 60 years of upheaval and disruption in Cuba, that land, that home may not even be there anymore. It's definitely housed by some other people, I'm sure.
Right.
Squatters or otherwise have gone into that house, or it's been usurped by the government. So she has no idea what's going on with that. So having the
she hasn't been back to Cuba in 60 years at all.
She has never returned, and so she's holding on to this idea through this piece of paper. And I don't know that she really thought about letting that go. That's not something that you let go. That's who I am. Why would you ask me to do such a thing?
Right. Yeah. Which is why when they were originally, her and her husband, Berto, when they were going to go get their citizenship, they realized that they were going to have to renounce their Cuban citizenship and they couldn't do it.
Yeah. So there's a price to pay to be an American citizen, whether you're born here or not. There's a price to pay.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the ways that we can change the price is by voting.
Yes.
The only way to change the price is by voting. So if you are a citizen that lives here, find a way to vote.
If you have a right to vote, go vote.
Utilize your right. Exercise it. Yes. And if you have the way like Lydia does in order to finish her citizenship pathway.
To go from a permanent resident to
if you have the ability and access to do that, do so.
Mm-hmm. Because the same worries that they talked about in the show about just kicking people out because they're not citizens is still a worry today.
I mean,
it's happening today.
Yeah. You can open your news app and get a headline where a particular group has been targeted.
Mm-hmm. It's worse this second time around.
Because people are dying. Horrifically. They're being abused.
Yes. And gone missing. Disappeared.
This is America right now.
Yep.
The only thing we have left is our voice to vote.
Yep.
So take the time, because the children you're trying to feed need some place to live.
Right.
The only way to ensure that is for your ability to go out there and actually get your vote heard.
Yep.
Tearing up.
I noticed. Well, on a different note, let's talk about the B plot, because that's the only thing we haven't really talked about.
We didn't talk about the B plot.
No.
This sends me in a whole different direction.
Right. Penelope is trying to teach Alex how to watch movies in a movie theater on a budget. Because as everyone knows, movie theaters price gouge at popcorn and drinks and snacks and all of that. So the prices are huge, exorbitant.
I think the last time you and I went to a movie, we spent $60.
Probably.
And that was 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Ish.
So it's probably like $85, $90 now.
Oh,
for two people.
It's probably closer I would imagine it's $100 a person now. for
Depends.
drinks, food, whatever.
I will say most movie theater ushers don't give a shit.
No, do the movie theaters even have ushers?
So they used to. I don't know if they really do now. They normally just have people working there, different jobs.
Yeah, and the times that I've been going to the movie theater, I've never experienced what Penelope is going through.
Right.
So this could be a regional thing.
It could
also be a private company thing. So whatever company owns the theater has ushers. It could also
be that.
Yeah.
It could also be that in that specific movie theater, there's one specific usher who gives a true shit about it. Right. But most don't care. Most don't. You can walk in with a McDonald's bag all the way through and they're not going to care.
No, they're not going to do anything.
They're not going to do anything because most of them are tired high school students normally.
They're underpaid and overworked
and don't give a shit.
They don't care.
No. It's not their money that they're losing out of.
Right.
So it's fine. But overall, it was still really funny to watch.
Oh, I loved it when she pulled the candy out of her boobs.
Oh, yes. And then she said also later that she could make the hot dogs warm again.
Right. With her boy son.
Yes, Alex.
Alex.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The embarrassment level of this particular episode in the B plot was high level, man.
Yeah, and then they get kicked out.
She tried to fight for it.
She did, of course she did.
And then she got Cuban loud, as it were,
as they call it. Yeah,
trying to defend it. And
of
she's
course,
like, well, let's go. And then she's like,
it's just breaking. It's just breaking a rule. Most that they're gonna do is kick you out.
Right. And Alex had a good point. He's like, so we can break rules now. And she's like, well, just the silly ones or the stupid ones. Yeah. Which is interesting coming from someone who's actually been in the military, right? Like,
right.
And he's a little on the young side, but he could eventually have that conversation of how to know which rules to follow, which laws to follow, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like 12, 13, something like that.
And
I can't remember.
To the answer to that question is ethics.
Right.
And we're right back to ethics, morals, civic duty. And you answer these philosophical questions of what do you owe your fellow man?
Right.
What do you owe your fellow citizens? What do you owe your fellow human?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there's actually books on this
There's books on it. You can also, if you want to get started in philosophy, you can also get started with a TV show called The Good Place.
Right.
They touch on many subjects.
Yes.
Also, the guy who wrote it, or was a creator of it, Mike Schur, he also wrote a book because he had to learn a shit ton of philosophy to write the show.
He did. So if you want a primer, as it were, right? And a very soft way to introduce yourself to ethics, The Good Place is the best place to start.
Great way to start.
Yes. Because Eleanor goes through all of those questions.
Right. All of them.
She ends up realizing she's not as good of a person as she thought she was.
Right.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll eventually do The Good Place. But for now, one day at a time. Very good show.
It is a very good show.
Every
it has 3 seasons.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's 4 seasons.
Is there 4 seasons?
3 seasons on Netflix. It was picked up again by Pop TV, but then COVID killed it.
Oh.
I have never seen the 4th season because I can't find it. So if you know where it is, let me know.
Right. Hit us up on Blue Sky.
Right.
That's where we hang out.
That is where we hang out. We post teasers every week. So find out what we're going to cover.
Let us know if you like the new format with the Munchies.
Yeah. I think I'm enjoying them.
I'm enjoying them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
It helps us do these kinds of things where we can celebrate progress.
Right.
For fellow man and fellow humans and all of us that live on this planet with days like today.
Right.
So happy Equality Day.
Exactly. We'll have fun with one day at a time because the rest of the show, there's a lot that they cover. They cover a lot of different stuff.
They do.
It is a comedy show. Obviously, it's a sitcom, but they do get into some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So go enjoy that and go be amazing, audience.
Have some compassion for both yourself and others, please.
And go vote. Go vote. Go vote. Did you catch the message of this episode? It's go vote.
Right?
Are you listening? Sorry. Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.